Hi everyone, welcome to Creatives in Conversation. Today we have Janine Albayati, and Janine is a member of the board and has volunteered and worked with OFFCenter for many years. So welcome, Janine.
Well, thank you, Asenath. I'm happy to be here.
Cool, we're so happy to have you. How's your morning been so far?
So far, so good. Yeah, I am always happy to have a sunny day.
So I have a few questions for you today.
Okay.
The first one is, what do you think the importance of art and creative expression are for the community and society as a whole?
Well, that's a question that's really near and dear to my heart. I know that we've had some conversations about this in the past, that what we do at OFFCenter really does promote our commitment to the importance of art and creative expression in community. As a lifelong artist, I know what creative expression means to me. And as I've gone through life, I have discovered that all people at some point will feel just so alive in that process of creating. But not everyone's had an opportunity to have a good art education, or artist parents, or creative friends when they were growing up. And so what reinforces my belief that creative expression is important in community and for all people is when I can see that similar just spark in the eyes of a lifelong artist, or somebody joining a more craft-oriented workshop for the first time. And there's that really hard to describe feeling that you have when you make something, or when you're putting a puppet on and dancing to music. That's something that is also near and dear to my heart. Oh. So your question is what I think the importance is. I just know it's important. And I think how I help others understand that importance is by example, and by living my creative artist life and being in community with other artists.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really relate to that.
I think that one of the things that OFFCenter has historically really given to our community has been the Folk Art Festival. It's a wonderful way for everyone to come together and make art
Mm-hmm.
and hear awesome music and see other, career artists or, very enthusiastic artist entrepreneurs selling their work. And of course, the giant puppet parade was a part of the folk art festival.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that kind of spontaneous creative expression that would happen with the parade gave everyone in that day an opportunity to see what happens in OFFCenter every day of the year. And that was pre-pandemic when we were able to be open all the time. And I think that this time has this pandemic phase that we're in. Hopefully it will, we'll get to the end sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll all be able to share air again in the same space.
Definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, when we're able to come together and make art, when we're able to celebrate in a festival fashion, we get a monthly version of this on First Fridays.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I feel that everyone needs to show up to make that happen. We come together and then it's better.
I agree. Yeah. I really look forward to that. And I know lots of people are looking forward to that. It's really cool to hear little stories and things about the folk festival because unfortunately I wasn't with Off Center when that was happening. So I never got to go to one. And I wasn't in Albuquerque, but yeah, it's just really beautiful to hear about those stories and how much people loved it and really cherished that as a place to come together and create, from doing the big puppets and everything. Yeah, I guess I only can imagine like how fun it is to get together to make these things and make all this happen.
How do I want to say this? I discovered Off Center probably 7 or 8 years ago, and it was through the giant puppets.
Oh, wow.
I signed up for a giant puppet workshop with Sunny Birkland. She was our original puppet master, and it really did change my life. I loved just the whole kind of conceptual framework of puppetry and how it can function and how transformative the puppet can be for the wearer. And in community, when you've got a gathering of puppets, that is yet something else that is extra special.
Mm-hmm.
And so I worked with Sunny for several years, specifically helping with the puppet parade. And it's amazing for the folk art festivals when I was focused exclusively on the puppet parade, how eager everyone that was showing up was to pick out a puppet and to be a part of this procession.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a big part of my introduction. And then, like all organizations, they evolve. And my last folk art festival experiences was as the festival coordinator. And that is a far more involved role. I did that for 2 years. And I still was a minor part of being in the puppet parade, but able to see it as part of the larger festival experience. Mm-hmm. And so I'm forgetting now where we started on the folk art festival path.
I love hearing
Like
about
a giant puppet parade. It doesn't matter where you go, as long as you have fun and you can make it back home. Oh, shoot.
Well, thanks for sharing about that. I really love to hear about it.
Well, I'm hoping that we can have a full festival maybe next
Mhm.
year,
Yeah, it's
and,
totally possible.
really, really come together like we used to.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be beautiful.
And this kind of goes back to, why is creative community important?
Mhm.
Um, a creative space just really helps strengthen community because
Mhm.
there's something very uniquely special about building and making and creating together.
Mhm.
As a lifelong art educator, I, when young people are learning how to create, the educator in me believes that there's going to be more consideration in that individual who's learned how to create when they're faced with the opportunity of destroying something.
Mm.
So if that individual has a strong, solid connection with creativity, that in my mind inevitably creates more respect for the surroundings, things that are built, things that are made together. So
Absolutely. I think that's really
that's one of
beautifully
my
put.
soapboxes.
No, I really strongly believe that as well. I mean, I can see it in myself and I can see it in many people. And, I just think about like, yeah, whether it's we're, creating physically, like creating a piece of art, something that we put a lot of time, energy, and our heart into, or whether it's, relationships and community, like on a social level, like everybody in here, when they're in here, I just hear so much talk. People will come to me all the time and be like, wow, I'm so thankful for this space and this community, like we all are working together in such a beautiful way, like of course, we have conflict, but we also are here to do something together, we are building this community and people really value that. And yeah, what you're saying, makes people feel protective of that. It's something that we're all investing into this relationship or to these relationships, in our community, and it's really special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a personal investment, and the arts that can impact others who didn't make it is when there is that personal investment, that 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 powerful energy is in the object or the song or the dance, and that's how others can feel it.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah. Can I show you something?
I would love to see. Yeah.
So
Wow.
I made this puppet.
Oh my gosh.
It's a hand.
So cool. So who is that?
So wait, here we go. Here it has a stick that I take out. This is what I
Oh,
could put it in its jar.
whoa, cool.
And she's called the Duchess.
The Duchess? Ooh.
The Duchess.
Wow.
Yeah, I need to practice performing on the screen.
Yeah, it's a whole.
But, and oh my gosh, I might bring the Duchess to the next First Friday.
Yeah.
I have a matching beak that I can wear as
Wow.
my match.
That's so
And
fun.
she needs to, she's coming.
What a cool puppet.
Thank you. Well, the other special thing about the Duchess, let me see if I'm going to do a promo. Uh, Who Gives a Crap is a paper company that makes toilet paper, paper towels, and tissue.
Oh,
And they donate a chunk of their proceeds to communities that need toilets.
oh wow.
And so all of the surfacing on the Duchess, her hair, everything,
Hmm.
was wrappers for the toilet paper.
Whoa. I was wondering where you got that, or like if you painted that or what.
No, this is just
Oh,
a perfect weight tissue paper for paper mache.
oh.
And it was lying around.
That's amazing. I was gonna ask what your inspiration was for the Duchess. So that's really cool.
Because I was unwrapping these rolls of toilet paper and going, oh my God, this is beautiful. What am I going to do with it?
Mhm.
So,
Yes, that creative mind, like you see these things and you have to make something out of it.
yeah. And I think that there's something extra special and fun when you can make something out of trash or
Mhm.
stuff that um, will just, that had a single use and give it a second use or a third or fourth.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. No, I think that's like something that I always feel is like such a blessing and also a difficult thing. It's like you can see endless uses, for so many things.
oh, we're doing our Zoom pausing.
Yeah, it's also you keep phrasing a little bit, so sometimes I can't tell if you're there. But
Oh my
now you're
gosh.
fine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I had to move into my living room because I was losing, was my battery. So then it just stops immediately. So,
I,
okay. All right. Well,
yeah.
let's do this then.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in the
Okay.
future.
Bye.